It is nice to see Illinois get this thing going again. We're going to hear from Kai Boswell here in just a second, but is this as simple, Sweeney, as simple as Illinois made 14 threes tonight and they couldn't throw the ball in the ocean against Duke on the on last Saturday?
Look, I think the couldn't throw the ball in the ocean was like the most like visible problem. They weren't winning that game, but like they're in it a lot more if they make shots. Like, the thing I would say is this: I think when Illinois dominates the glass and when they take care of the basketball and make good decisions, the threes will come. Like, when you do things the right way in the game of basketball, you will be rewarded. And they got rewarded today. They made a couple banked-in threes. There's a couple shots that like they've been waiting to make for a month and just haven't gone in. But I thought everything started with the energy that Kylan Boswell and Trey White brought to the table, and what they did on the glass, what they did going to the rim, what they did defensively changed like the whole psyche of this basketball team. And then all of a sudden in the second half, once you're feeling good about yourself, here come the jump shots, right? It's a beautiful thing. And look, they're not going to make 14 of them every night, but I think I saw a tweet earlier that they're 16-2 this season when they shoot above 27% from three. Like, we don't need Illinois to be the best 3-point shooting team in the country. We just need them to not suck. They're 16-2 this season when they shoot 27% from three and above. Like, the floors don't suck, and they didn't suck today. So they won a basketball game on the road against a pretty damn good team.
So it's basically be St. John's from three, and you're a Final Four team. Is that what you're saying? Like, Illinois just got to be St. John's from three, and they're going to the Final Four. Kenny, what do you make of the back and forth nature of Illinois, man? They are the ultimate roller coaster team this year.
Yeah, I mean, the number that sticks out for me is they had 20 assists today. And when you're able, and the game was I watched the game, and that first half, it was such a tug of war, and nobody really able to break through. And then like Sweeney said, I mean, they start getting going in the second half. They start finding their teammates. You end up with 20 assists in a game. Like, you're playing well as a team. They went into Michigan and beat the brakes off of them. Michigan really never had a chance at once. I think with about 15 minutes in the second half, they sort of took over. And when they're playing well, it is fun to watch them play. I mean, they have 4 people in double figures and 3 more that are close. So, when they're able to play like that, they're going to be a tough out for anybody.
All right, listen, we Sweeney gave him credited the entire win to Kai Boswell. So we are going to hear from Kai. We were able to catch up with him after the game in the locker room from Michigan's Chrysler Arena today. Yeah. And now let me welcome on to the field of 68 after dark, Kai Boswell, coming off of a 17.9 rebound, 4 assist performance in a 93-73 win at Michigan in Ann Arbor. Kai, you got to feel pretty good about this one, man.
We definitely do. I think today translated from our practices. We've been going really hard. A big emphasis for us was getting on the offensive glass. I feel like we haven't really done the best that we could these last couple games. But today, I feel like we just crushed that, and I mean that led to our win for sure.
The defensive assignments you're taking on, Danny Wolf at times today, took Cooper Flagg last weekend. Like, how much pride do you take in being able to guard anyone's best player, and how effective do you feel like you've been against those guys?
I would just give that all to Coach Underwood. He's instilled that dog mentality on just each and every day, trying to be the best I can on the defensive end. I feel like for me, that's kind of like where my leadership role is for us as a team. Being out there, being vocal, being able to guard the best guy. A lot of those guys can lean on me and trust me. But yeah, I have no issue taking on the best player, and I'm always going to accept that challenge.
With Trey White playing the way that he has the last 3 games, 60 points, 6 boards, 6 of 10 from 3. Like, what? Obviously, you're fired up for him. What does that provide you guys?
I mean, he is like probably low key our X factor for our team. When he's at the top of his game, we were unstoppable. Each and every day, me and him, kind of the bets for this team. Just always trying to lean on each other, give each other advice, give each other little stuff. And I think me and him built a great chemistry, and I love that his mentality, trying to be aggressive, on the defensive end, picking up his intensity. What he's been doing in practice and then putting his own work in the gym, it just shows on the court.
You guys finally made some threes today.
Man.
I'm sure that felt good. I mean,
Man.
what is the feeling like just to see some shots go through with the way you guys have struggled the last couple
I mean,
months?
for us, that's our biggest thing. Coach Underwood always saying, even we're missing, let them fly. When they're going in for us, it's really hard to guard us. We're always shooting them, catching. Look at it right here.
There he is.
How we doing, guys?
What's going on, Brad? How we doing?
Hey, I was going to do something else, but if Jeff was on, but thank God he isn't on. Y'all are doing good. Take care of my guy.
We're trying, man. We're trying. All right,
Yeah.
Kai, the $1 million question for you, man. We've seen the highs for this team are as high as anybody in college basketball, and we've seen the lows, and they're not pretty. How do you get that floor higher? How do you find a way to be able to be a little bit more balanced so it's not as much of a roller coaster in game to game?
I think that just starts for us in practice. Our mentality and our intensity after the Duke game. You never want to get an ass whooping like that. Sorry, excuse my language. You don't want to lose it for real. You don't want to lose a game like that. And then I think we all just flipped the switch. We knew what we needed to do to be the best version of ourselves. And for us, I think it starts on the defensive end and be able to crash the glass. And basketball guys, when you play hard and give the effort, they always reward you. And then when the three ball is going in for us, then that's just truly we're unstoppable.
Yeah, I think, and not to cut you off, Sweeney, I think it actually is really impressive. You guys took a beating like that on national television in a game that was hyped up that way and have bounced back immediately with a couple of really impressive wins. It just, I think it takes a certain level of toughness and kind of toughness up here to be able to handle that. Like a lot of teams might, what happened with Duke in the Garden and just kind of roll over and die. And that hasn't happened with you guys.
I think our first practice after that game was probably the best practice we've had the whole year. Just after that game, we've come in with a chip on our shoulder. We just, we don't want to experience something like that, especially when you get into the tournament. It's win or go home. So for each of us, we just try to stay strong mentality wise, and we're good.
Is there anyone in the locker room you felt like really stepped up this week and really laid the tone like this isn't happening again?
Tom, I feel like he's been a big jump for us. He's trying to be more vocal. He's trying to be more of a leader too. Coach Arnold would pull me and him aside and said, us too. A lot of these guys lean on us. They listen to us. And when we're playing our best of our best, I feel like everybody else just picks up their energy and picks up their effort. And that's probably the biggest guy for us.
So the last time we had you on, you shouted out, I think it was Monocle's Pizza, right? And you were looking to get that NIL, that sponsorship.
My dad be out there in the field trying to figure something out. I'm trying to have Monocle's. Hopefully they watch it. I'm trying to get the NIL.
Listen, man, we got your back. Monocles. We could amplify it, whatever you need. You got to take care of my guy, Kai Boswell. Congrats on the win, man. Best of luck the rest of the season. And hopefully we'll see you guys at some point here down the road, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys.
Always good to catch up with Kai Boswell. I want both you guys to answer this question. All right, Kenny, you first. Is Illinois back?
Yeah, the thing is, the answer is yes now. It could be no tomorrow. I don't know, but it's just when they're able to play like this, I don't see a lot of teams in the country that are able to hang with them. You know what I mean? Like obviously you have your top 4 or 5 teams that are going to be able to beat anybody, but they're really good when they're playing well. You only have to shoot 27% from 3 to win 85% of games. You're doing something right.
Yeah, they're back. Like, how are they not? Like, look, I want to give this group all the credit in the world for navigating the adversity. Like, you lose 3 straight games by double figures, capped by a 43-point loss on national television. Like, that's take your ball and go home for a lot of teams, especially in this era. And the guys in that locker room to continue to fight, continue to believe, and here they are, a week later, feeling a lot better about themselves. I think this group has some staying power here.
It's not an easy thing to do, coming back from a loss like that, coming back from a losing streak. It happened to me a couple times in my career at Xavier, and it takes some real come to Jesus moments with your team and really holding each other accountable.